by the invitation and your words. Thank you.
Thank you,
My
ma'am.
pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Now, I'm inviting our last speaker of today's webinar, Professor Dr. Mohammad Shabdar Bhatti from Pakistan. Before inviting, I would like to share a few words about him. Dr. Mohammad Shabdar Bhatti is an ELT expert with 29 years IELTS and TEFL teaching and training experience. He is a linguistic by profession, teacher trainer, researcher, and international keynote and plenary speaker. He has published 80 research papers in numerous international peer-reviewed research journals, authored 4 books, and has supervised intensively. He has conducted and attended scores of ELT workshops and seminars within the country. He has been awarded honorary doctorate in ELT and applied linguistics by an American university due to his remarkable services in the field of ELT. He is a recipient of multiple national and international awards and gold medals in recognition of his outstanding academic achievements. Currently, he is teaching in the Islamia University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan. May I request to Dr. Mohammad Shabdar Bhatti sir to present his topic, Plagiarism, a Curse for Research. Sir.
So nice of you, ma'am, for introducing me so nicely. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Actually, let me allow to share my screen.
So you can probably.
I'm sharing, but I'm having a notification. Host disabled the participant screen sharing. So let me allow, please.
Sir, just a minute. Sir, would you please now share it, please?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. We can see it.
Okay, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank IELTA Bangladesh for inviting me for the 5th time as a guest speaker to give a talk at this forum. And I'm very thankful to my co-guest speaker, Tuba from Turkey. Really, her presentation was very insightful. This is Dr. Mohammad Shabdar Bhatti from the Islamic University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan. And the topic of my talk is Plagiarism Occurs for Research. And that is a brief sketch of my talk. And these are some objectives of my workshop. Dear audience, plagiarism is on the rise in the field of research. It prevails distrust and mistrust of the environment, researchers, as well as affects the reputation of the researchers' organizations. Plagiarism has a long history in academia and is commonly experienced by educators in the US as well. Similar trends have been found in other Western countries also. Ease of availability and accessibility of the text on the internet and the web and the shortest route to get through a course have lured students to cut and paste the electronic work of others, which happens to get high-grade degrees to improve career prospects. It threatens the foundations of knowledge. It destroys the links to past knowledge by refusing readers access of the source. The Oxford English Dictionary defines plagiarism as to take the use of one's own, the thoughts, writings, or the inventions of others. The word plagiarism comes from a Latin word plagiarius, which means abductor, and the plagiary means to steal. So Alexander Rinde defines it as the false assumption of authorship, the wrongful act of taking the product of another person's mind and presenting it as one's own. It is the deliberate or reckless representation of another's words, thoughts, or ideas as one's own without attribution in connection with the submission of academic work, whether graded or otherwise, for the purpose of literature. For simplicity, it is academic dishonesty, using other ideas, opinions, thoughts, theories, and words without acknowledging the source of it. Moreover, it means using someone else's work without giving them proper credit. In academic writing, plagiarizing involves using words, ideas, or information from a source without citing it correctly. In practice, this can mean a few different things. Dear audience, basically plagiarism is a serious yet widespread type of research misconduct and is often neglected in developing countries. Despite its far-reaching implications, it is poorly acknowledged and discussed in the academic setting, and inefficient evidence exists in Latin America and developing countries to inform the development of preventive strategies. It affects the growth of the student, violates the sense of integrity, and creates mistrust in the eyes of teachers, and ultimately destroys the reputation of the institution. Regarding punishment for the act of plagiarism, students get disciplinary actions in the form of a fail grade in the course or expelled from the institution. Lots of students are expelled from their institution, and lots of researchers have lost their jobs from this academic disease, that is plagiarism. And fake research plague academia. It has destroyed researchers' careers all over the world. It is a curse to the academic world and an offense against literary rights. Most seriously, it inculcates a habit of bad research in the students. It may happen to inexperienced researchers who suffer from a second language to express inadequate writing ability, strive for a quick rise in career, have no knowledge to put research in the proper format, and not knowing the side effects of plagiarism. Basically, plagiarism sneaks into a manuscript in the form of paraphrasing, summarizing, and quoting when not properly acknowledged by the source. It stands for rewording the paragraph with more or less the same length without using original words used for clarifying the meaning of the paragraph, and summarizing basically stands for shortening the text portion in summary form to clear the main ideas of the text, where quoting stands for copying exact sentences and the words of an author's text. The Bulletin of Information Regulation of Duke University described plagiarism in more detail that can occur in the following forms. The first point is copy, quote, phrase, or summarize any source without citing, purchasing a pre-written paper by mail or electronically, getting written paper from someone, paying someone else to write a paper, and submitting someone else's unpublished work as own with or without permission. These are some forms of plagiarism. Global plagiarism, which means passing off an entire text by someone else as your own work. Paraphrasing plagiarism means rephrasing someone else's ideas to present them as your own. And verbatim plagiarism means directly copying someone else's words. And patchwork plagiarism means stitching together the parts of different sources to create your own text. And the most important and the most worst type of plagiarism is self-plagiarism, which means recycling your own thoughts and the work. My dear, plagiarism is a global problem in academia, but the problem of plagiarism in Pakistan has given our academic world a very poor image internationally. Over the past several decades, numerous incidents of plagiarism in Pakistan have come to the fore, but no action has been taken against the culprits. Surprisingly, the people involved in this practice are usually from higher academic ecoles who publish their work in local journals only for the act of plagiarism to be discovered later when an earlier similar work by an international academician comes to surface. There is no doubt the quality assurance program of the Higher Education Commission has failed dismally. I urge the universities to monitor the PhD theses and research publications of all their faculty members. Universities should ensure internal and external reviewers of all published works and maintain transparency to restore the integrity of research publications in Pakistan and especially all over the world. Basically, the internet has brought the issue of plagiarism in academia to the limelight more than ever before. While some may perceive plagiarism as if it were the invention of the internet, plagiarism basically predates the internet, and the internet's impact on plagiarism is still ongoing. As the internet evolves, so too will its role in plagiarism. Although it appears that the internet has made plagiarism easier, plagiarism and cheating have always been around before the advent of the internet. One could argue that in the pre-internet era, plagiarism was more difficult and researchers had to work hard to even get materials to plagiarize, which is not the case in the internet era. The internet has perhaps made researchers lazier both in the management of time and engagement in project-related mental activities due to the vast amount of accessible literature available at their fingertips. So these are some kinds. The first one is plagiarism is dishonest. It harms the person's your own plagiarism and it hinders the learning process. It obscures the sources of ideas and results in bad writing. Researchers and academicians should take responsibility for upholding honesty and integrity. Quality time should be spent on improving their proficiency in English language by developing comprehension and paraphrasing skills. Researchers should learn how to properly quote and cite all material used within the text and proper referencing at the end of their write-ups. Proper permission should be obtained from other authors or journals to reproduce tabular, graphical, pictorial attachments or use text under copyright. Research journals should use electronic anti-plagiarism software, educate researchers on plagiarism, and promote ethical publishing. Respected audience, the curse of plagiarism occurs from authors' inappropriate use and attribution of resources used for their work, including material from the internet. There are lots of online plagiarism softwares that can prevent authors from this curse and equally assist academic institutions and journals in detecting plagiarism before publishing academic materials. Self-tests, basically, in my point of view, self-test is the best to identify and avoid plagiarism in research, whereas awareness and education is remedy to prevent such heinous disease, as prevention is better than cure for any endemic disease. Thanks for your patience. And any question, please. That's all from my side, my dear.
Thank you, sir, for your informative and intellectual presentation on the given topic. I do believe that we are highly benefited after listening to your scholarly presentation.
So nice of you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Respected participant, if there are any questions about this topic, please raise your hand. Okay, since there is no question, moving forward. Now, my humble request to our Honorable Vice President, AKM Rizal Karim sir, to hand over the certificate to Dr. Mohammad Shabdar Bhatti sir for the topic plagiarism occurs for research. Sir.
Thank you so much, sir, Professor Dr. Mohammed Saldawarti, sir. Actually, we are really honored that we have invited several times. You have responded it, of course. We are really honored for it. And we have learned a lot from you, no doubt. And especially today, your presentation was really awesome, excellent. And we learned a lot from you. So here is a little honor from us and the certificate of appreciation. This certificate is proudly presented to Professor Dr. Mohammed Saldawarti in grateful recognition and heartfelt gratitude for serving as guest speaker at 12th International Webinar of International English Language Teachers Association, Bangladesh, held via Zoom on 12 May 2023. And his topic was plagiarism occurs for research. Thank you so much, sir.
So nice of you, sir, for inviting me. And that is a great honor for me to speak with my lovely friends. So nice of you.
Thank you, sir.
Enjoy
Thank
well.
you very much, dear participant, for your questions, and we are grateful to our speakers for their time, effort, and patience to make this event successful. Now, it is the time to get some feedback from our guest of honors. In the midst of us, we have Sola Abu Zaid, IELTA Vice President, Lebanon, Dr. Afsin Salauddin, IELTA General Secretary, Pakistan, Dr. Bin Cortizano, IELTA Academic Director, Philippines, Nirmala Devi Kandasame, IELTA Learners Department Chief of Malaysia. My humble request to our honorable guests to give some valuable feedback about today's webinar.
I'm really sorry that all of them are absent today, but of course there is Neil Arivelo is present, who is the president of IELTA International. And on behalf of IELTA Bangladesh, I'd like to request Neil Arivelo to tell something. Can you please hear me, Neil, Dr. Neil, sir?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Well,
so much. We're really so pleased to have you in this webinar. It's really a great honor for all of us. It's really a great honor for your appreciation for IELTA Bangladesh and for the support that you have given. We are really feeling so awesome and feeling so honored for that. Thank you so much.
thanks to you. For me, it's also an honor to be here in this webinar organized by IELTA Bangladesh with its leader, Siddhartha. Congratulations to all IELTA members, IELTA Bangladesh members for taking some hours to organize such an interesting webinar. Congratulations to the two speakers, Kisir Khan and Muhammad, for the information that you have delivered to us. Now, we are so happy because all the information was really relevant for us, and it's going to help to become better researchers and better teachers as well in our classrooms. And thank you to all the participants. We are humans, we are teachers, and we never stop learning. As a famous phrase says, we never stop learning, and we should participate in these webinars all the time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We are almost at the end of our today's webinar. Before concluding, may I request to AKM Rizal Karim sir, the Honorable Vice President of IELTA Bangladesh, deliver his presidential speech.
Yeah, thank you, Maliha, and thank you, everyone. And especially, it's a great honor on behalf of IELTA Bangladesh that we have got a lot of participants here. And of course, we would like to give on behalf of IELTA Bangladesh thanks to our honorable speakers. And this was no doubt, undoubtedly, this is a very important topic nowadays, especially for the students, for the researchers, and for the teachers as well. And it was a very contemporary topic, and we have learned a lot from these two valuable speakers all over who are famous all over the world, not only in their country also. So we have got a lot of knowledge and ideas about plagiarism from you. So thank you very much. And I really want to appreciate our ambassador, sir, our president. Of course, they are doing a great effort for organizing this IELTA Bangladesh webinars. And I also would like to give thanks to our anchor Maliha Anjum, who is doing a great job for us. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the participants. We are really so happy you have been present here in this webinar and made it a great success. So, and I would like to conclude this webinar, and in the next webinar, I would like to give advance invitation to all of you so that the next program will be a great success, inshallah. So thank you, and I would like to give a conclusion to this webinar. Thank you. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening.
Sir, hello.
Yes, please.
Dr. Neil, sir,
Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech.
raised his hand.
Sorry, sir. Would you please tell it again?
Yes,
And this was the end of our program. Thank you all for being with us. It was very informative discussion, and I'm feeling highly honored to be a part of this intellectual program.
Of course, Maliha, and I have already given, and I would like to give thanks again our president, IELTA International, Neil Rivello. Of course, it was a great thing indeed. You have been present in our webinar. So it was really we are really so lucky to have you here. And I also would like to invite you in advance for the next webinar, inshallah. Okay, so we will be very pleased then and honored then, of course, if you remain present in the next webinar. Okay, so thank you very much for your participation here, for your presence, for your being present in this webinar. So thank you. Yes,
I think he wants to say something.
Of course, I would like to request Neil again. So would you please tell about something about IELTA Bangladesh and anything regarding about IELTA International? So would you please tell us something more? We'd like to listen to you.
thank you to you as well. I am also so lucky to have you in this association, because you are giving a lot to IELTA, and this is well appreciated by all the international members from the 42 countries where we have branches. Thank you to all Bangladesh members and all the participants here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your speech again, and for the appreciation, and for the thing you are giving us. Thanks. Thank you. And we are really happy to have you here. So thank you so much. And I would like to conclude this webinar on behalf of the president. So, and thank you very much, and good night to you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Webinar in this year. After last February 2023, we have come back with our regular activities. Due to Ramadan, we couldn't arrange any webinar. This time, we have arranged a seminar named Plagiarism and its Effects. Two distinguished speakers, Dr. Mohammad Chabdar Bhatti from Pakistan and Ms. Tuba Kizilkan from Turkey, will deliver their presentations. Through our activities, we want to implement IELTA's aims and objectives, like organizing international events, writing educational articles, month from about global issues, doing research on teaching purposes, opening an international teacher school. I want to mention you all that our honorable guest, ELT specialist and Chief Foreign Advisor of IELTA Bangladesh, Professor Dr. Muhammad Chabdar Bhatti, the Islamia University, Pakistan, stays with us for all time and assists us with his excellency. IELTA Bangladesh is grateful to him. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Neil Yarvelo Alcantara, IELTA President, Ms. Sola Abu Zaid, IELTA Vice President, Dr. Afshin Salahuddin, IELTA General Secretary, Dr. Glenn Khotijano, IELTA Academic Director, Ms. Nirmala